Howdy, everyone. Multiburst, thank you for showing up to the past 15 streams. That's wild. The support is very much appreciated. Today, we're gonna start with Mu Cartographer. I assume it's pronounced Mu Cartographer and not Mu Cartographer. Though I guess that's an assumption. But I'm gonna pick one and stick to it, and I'm gonna stick to Mu Cartographer, and if I'm wrong, then oops. Sorry. So I'm pretty sure this is a much less dedicated. Oh, to the streak that, well, thank you for being on a 3-stream streak. I know you've shown up to more than 3. Your support is also appreciated. At first I thought you meant that you were less dedicated to picking one pronunciation for this game, and I was like, well, I could just switch it up. I could come up with a new pronunciation every time. Okay, let's see what this is. So I know that the game looks like this, and I'm pretty sure it's almost entirely a mouse game. If not entirely for sure. I know you explore this kind of like faux map thing. That's about all I know. Ooh. Oh, you can like set it to auto. Interesting. So I have no idea what any of the controls do. I think that's something you just have to like figure out for yourself, it seems. Vinegar. Okay, well, what's all this? I've discovered something far more amazing than any wonder I'd have expected to find in this jungle. PHF 0. PHF 1. It's a new path. It's a path to a new place somewhere beyond the known land. It's telling me to, like, hit this, I think. After hours of exhausting efforts, we finally managed to clear the way under the temple. Okay. Okay, zoom. Zooming out. Well, I see that there's like a... Do I need to match this up with the blue? Oh, okay. I see. Well, I'll match that up with the blue in a minute. I want to see what all this other stuff does. Cool levers, little bits and bobs. Bits and Bops is the next game, actually. Ooh. What could all of this be? Are those like inverse to each other? It doesn't seem quite 100% X and Y chords. Not sure. This doesn't seem to do anything here. Oh, okay. Is this just my own personal view? This is inverted. This inverts it. Strange. So you can make it like completely flat if you have it in the center, or at least like as flat as it will get. So you can like really exaggerate or desaturate. Let's put it there for now. What's that? How did I make that show up? Huh? Oh. There's a little something something. What is that? Stop. What's this? What's this thing? Oh god. I'm like... Visibility of these, I suppose. Color? Color slider of some kind for in order to share a screenshot on Twitter. No thank you. Is this... What am I doing? Oh god, what have I done? Get that out of here. No, stop. Stop. I've permanently put this in a spot that sucks. How do I, like, move it? See, there is a degree to which maybe... There's a degree to which maybe your... Oh god, not... Yeah, no shit. There's a degree to which your minimalism is a detriment, I think. And it's at this exact moment. How do I get it back? Okay, it's not the big fuck off Twitter dedicated button. I broke it. I'm not gonna dedicate time to fixing it. I'm going to just relaunch it and hope it's not there when I open it. And if it's there, I guess we just play with it in the middle. Okay, thank God. What the fuck? Oh, this is the, like... I see. This is like a camera lens. This is what you take the photo of, I guess. All right, we're just gonna leave all of that alone down there. And the fact that it didn't save any progress makes me think that this is gonna be like a fairly short game. So let's get this like aligned. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, so going up, I guess that's east, gets us aligned there, and then south, I presume. Is that good enough? Cartograph this. What's this? Peony. I, Percival Harrison Fawcett, am about to go through the gate. Ooh. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Normal things said by a guy named Percival Harrison Fawcett. It's very like point and click adventure detective name. It's like the name of a guy you investigate. Interesting. Well, now... these are still showing up asking me to do things. Now they're not. Get you back. Is that good enough? I have to be... how exact do you need me? And also, this thing kind of like overlaps with the rest of it. Oh, how do we fill this up? This is like a meter. Oh. Huh? Oh. There we go. Oh, it's right click. I see. Okay, so we have to figure out what fills up this little meter here, I think. Or maybe not. Awesome. What am I looking for? I guess I'm looking for the gate. There aren't any instructions on this. But it's not 100% clear what I'm... okay, so these are blue again. They're asking me to do something. Try, like, swapping them around, maybe? I don't think it matters. I don't think that seems to matter. Huh? That makes a noise. It does seem like I'm in the right zone. I'm in the zone it wants me to be in, but am I... oh. There were new noises. You know, I have to admit that I have no idea what I'm doing, but I think that's also very apparent. Trying to find the gate. Oh. Oh, that's just the noise it makes when you, like, jump from one to the other. Okay. You stop. Huh? Well, that's stable, as opposed to, like, the other things. Uh-huh. The fact that this thing is still blue... and hasn't told me to, like, go mess with something else yet makes me think I've done it wrong somehow. But, like, certainly by now I've tried all the combinations, right? I wouldn't think it would matter, right? Okay, well, if it's not going to reveal itself, I may as well just look around. Oh, right. Maybe I needed to zoom out. Well, it's a little late for that now. And it's not like it's telling me to go back either. Oh, 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 what's that? What's that? What's that? That looks interesting. Come back to that. It's another one of these. Oh. Hmm. N. Well, what's that good for? Can I... Oh, yeah, I can just go back. Okay, I see. Interdasting. British explorer who disappeared in the Amazon looking for one of the fabled Lost City deals. Oh, like Fawcett is. Like, this guy's real. We're about to discover his true story. Uh, oh, that's a symbol. Uh-huh. Now, what's it for? Is it telling me to point this here because it's the same shape? And what would these be? Like, it doesn't seem to tell me much. No wonder this guy got lost. His instruments are bogus. He should have just taken a map. Uh-huh. There's a diamond in there. But, like, only kind of. Mm-hmm. Strange. Not really sure what to do with this information. We will name this one the tier. Come back to it, I guess. Not 100% sure if they want me to do something with all this. Maybe I should take a quick little peek at the itch page, but I don't think I remember it. What is this? Can I use this? There's definitely, like, in the screenshots they have on the itch page, these are like selected or selectable or filled in on some of them. Oops. Tell me to do this again. Interesting. We continue. We simply start journeying. See, what's this one? We have one here now. Oop. Still not 100% sure what this tool does or represents. Oh. Careful now. Do I want to somehow reveal the full symbol all at once? Oh. Is that it? So this is in the correct spot. This is in the correct spot. Supposedly. I feel like I'm getting closer to something. I'm not entirely sure if that's true. Like, how relevant are these really? Do I need to get all 4 of these in the right spot? Because that seems like questionable. And I haven't gotten any feedback symbol-wise on anything of this. I would like to claim my prize, please. Oh. Oh. Oh, my prize! Knife. The land we've just entered is fabulous, yet I can't help but worry about its nature. Go back to the tier. Alright, now I feel like I know what I'm doing almost. Like, not 100%. But we're getting things correct now. We're making real progress. Whoa, that's new. Oh, it's kind of yucky. In a way that I'm a big fan of, but... Oh, okay. Come on, give me the full symbol. Oh my god, the colors. Whoa. Maybe this helps bring, like, the disparate pieces of this little diamond closer, because I'm like, struggling to get both to show at once. That's absolutely correct right there. What other things can I mess with here? It's just location. Oh, right. Come on. Okay, so right here is perfectly the S. Where's, like, perfectly the Z? I lost it. Oh. There's like a couple of those. Oh. Got it. Spinach. The path has finally opened into a landscape whose sights hit us with all their splendor. We seem to be following in this faucet guy's footsteps and picking up his logs. I'm getting us off this color palette. As much as I love it, I can't imagine it's like the best to look at for... Oh god, where's the other one? Okay, we'll go blue. We'll do the blue green. Oh. Is this one new? Oh, well that hardly took any time at all, by comparison. Gourd. The horses refused to move any further. We had to pack as much equipment and supplies as we could into our bags. Ooh, it's giving me a little hint up here as to a new one. Oh, the hint went away. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Being here. Oh, new palette. Ew. It's yucky. That's okay. We'll give it a shot. Oh, I can just have this one? They're not making me futz around with it. How can such a place even exist? We went deeper and deeper into the cave, yet we are now standing under a stormy sky. Hmm. I want the other pallet back. Oh. Ooh. This one's different. Okay. Zoom out. Play around with these a little bit. Woo. Oh, what was that? Ah, stop, stop, stop. What was that? It's making noises at me. Oh. My meter on the lower right's going ham. I lost it forever. It's gone forever. It's never coming back. I think we just have to be okay with that. Ah! Stop! Okay, we found one. Maybe it's the same one, maybe it's not. Ooh. Vesuvio. There was a violent quarrel between father and Rayleigh. Raleigh? Rayleigh. We are all on edge. JFRR PHF. So this PHF is Fawcett. These are all different people's logs. Rayleigh. This must be Rayleigh here. Compass, gourd, knife. PHF is our main guy, and then there's a JF whose name does not come up. But there seems to be some kind of disagreement. We finally got a hint for this. I can get it almost. Maybe. I don't know. That seems kind of tough. If I'm not gonna. Oh. Oh, that's so close. Come on. Okay, I practically did it. Now why? Why do I need this specific one? Come on, just give me this. Tell me it counts. Ah, no, I messed it up. Maybe I'm supposed to. Okay, I did it. But wouldn't that only be helpful in like a very specific location? Why is it showing me that? Oh. Oh. All right, what do we got? Ongtupka. I saw giant carvings in the mountains, places from other times, infinite railways, and skeletal shadows wandering aimlessly. And now they're giving me a different one. I said it. I set it to the one they wanted. And now they're like, nah, set it to a different one now. It's like, did I get anything out of doing it last time? I don't think I did. Oh! Blue. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh! I got something out of doing it this time. Oh! One little secret just for me. Oh dear lord, how many of them are there? It's a little wild. Also, how did I get that information in the first place? Okay, so this one, some of the specific transmissions or logs are giving me hints for where to find those. Interesting. Ooh, close. Ooh. Wow, it really wants you to get... There we go. Turn my little knobs back on. Okay, this one has one as well. So adjust the start. Ooh. Come on. There we go. Interesting zone. And then Knoll doesn't have one. How about these? Maybe only JF has them. Each adventurer gives me a different category of hint. So I should double check those. Y'all are about to get an ad break in about 15 seconds, or at least some of you will. So I'll see most of y'all in a minute. I am gonna keep on exploring. What will you give me? Right. You specifically give me someone else's hints. Stop. Did I do this one already? Seems like I might have. And isn't this the first one? I'm fairly sure I did that as well. May as well double check. Right, that makes sense. Get that nice and aligned. Army ad, gambling ad, Deadpool ad. The three evils. Well, I have discovered, so RR, following the RR hints up here, I just realized this is probably a game that's best to have cursor capture. Following the hints up here that RR gives me more hints for PHF, which are down here. These are, from what I can tell, literally just color palettes. And these are the names of the color palettes, I suppose. It's vinegar. But maybe it seems different color palettes maybe give me these, it looks like. What does this one say? The path is finally opened onto a landscape whose sights hits us with all their splendor. Okay. Yeah, I got another one. I got blood. Let's open this thing up first, though. And that gave us another one. Limes. Let's check out blood first. The light shining onto the land seemed to change as we walked, painting the peaks and valleys with incredible colors. Blood. Yep. About what I expected. Limes. Given the way it was buried under the ancient ruins, I'm pretty sure nobody went there in a long time. Limes. That probably looks like the most normal cartographic visual that we've seen in the game. With the green. Okay, so which one of these did I not complete? Because there must have been one. Especially since I'm basically out of hints. Ooh. Closer. Oh, you gotta get it so close. Oh. All right. Okay, it looks like maybe we've done this one. It doesn't even react to this once you're tuned in. So we did that. Sequoia, I'm pretty sure we did. Maybe I did do all 3 already. I've just got to wander for another hint. Almost makes me wish there was like a little marker next to it that told you you did it. Let's see. You gotta get it so close. Dang. Oh, there it is. All right. Okay, yeah, we did that. Okay. And then we did the one that was like kind of up and to the right of it, I'm pretty sure. All right. What else we got? So those are saved ones. Knife. I did all these. I'm fairly certain. If there's one I haven't done, it's this knife one. But I'm pretty sure I did it. So it looks like now we get to stumble into another one, maybe. So So certainly the color palettes aren't just for fun. It seems like wandering around with different ones is ideal. Let's wander. Oh. Little zone. Ooh. Almost. Got it. Maybe. Got it. Blackberry. Despite my request, my son and his friend have decided to follow me to the other side. PHF, RR, JF. JF is the sun, perhaps? Junior Faucet. Oh. I heard a ding. Hello. Oh well, it's gone forever. Oh, no, never mind. We're so back. Telescope. I have to escape. I'll head toward the exit by following the map I've been drawing ever since Faucet started acting weird. Ooh. Detour. We'll look at those in a bit. Just gotta remember they're there. Thankfully, they do leave them pinging if you haven't actually bothered to do it yet. Or look at it, I should say. I just have to commit once I've looked at it. Gotcha. All right. What do we got over here? Alberta. Rayleigh is getting more and more worried. He's convinced the mountains are moving. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Someone's contracted a bit of the mountain madness. Gotcha. Is this in the shape of anything specific? Looks like an unknown. Some kind of sun or eye symbol, perhaps. What do we got? Coffee. I've run out of blank maps to fill. I'll continue my work by carving maps into the rocks of the mountains. Yeah, it's very crop circle-esque. Coffee. Okay, are we all out of these? We are. Guatemala. We've spent a few days studying the surroundings. It's often difficult to make out the difference between seas and mountains. Why would that be the case? Oh, is that it? Nope, almost. There we go. Stop. There it is. They're playing with me now. I had to zoom in. Okay, I guess we're back to wandering. Let's go spinach mode. This is where I was. I wonder if this map loops or has an edge. I would guess loops. And if that's the case, wait, what? Yeah, it loops. You can see like the blue arrow snaps from up to down when I cross over like the halfway point. So that's good to know. I wonder how large it gets. Actually, that's a good... Just gonna... Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna go straight down. Or I guess as down is... So this is actually not a very big map. Ooh. Had it. Oh, I had it. There it is. Alright, what have we unlocked? Mold. The cartography of this world will be the work of my life. That's mold. What do we have here? I presume there's probably, for every color palette, there's like one little thing you can see in it that you can't see in the others, or else why would they be there other than aesthetics? Because I'm pretty sure like I switched color palettes and was suddenly able to see like one of those ones you had to zoom in real far into. So maybe each map has one of those, or palette. Which makes me very thankful that the map doesn't actually seem that big. But it does mean I'd have to hunt a little bit if that's actually the case. The hole. Let's get silly. The structure just flickering in and out as it hits the correct signal for just a second. Maybe there's nothing for me to find in the land of mold. Starting to think Mold World might not be the best place to hang out. Let's go to... Go back to Lavender. Let's go back to the very first one. No. Oh, there it is. Another pallet. Mint. The trip took longer than expected as the exit seemed to move away further and further as we were walking through the tunnel. Mint. Okay, we'll hang out in Mint Land for a bit. Hello, I popped in to say hello, and this game rules. Well, thank you, Quasi Otter. It's very different. I can't say that I've necessarily played a game like it. And it is very pleasing to look at. And I like when I'm allowed to go silly mode on the tools. What have we unlocked now? Dices. When I presented the facts to Fawcett, he went into a violent rage. He's paranoid. We almost came to blows. Okay, then this way. What have we found? Syrup. I left the camp to continue my work alone. I don't have time to lose, and I don't need anyone's help. Their shit fell apart. I don't think syrup's supposed to be that color. Alright, we wander once again. You bought it 9 years ago? You didn't know it was that old? I knew it was kind of older, like I think like 2015, 2016 or something like that. I'm pretty sure I got this in one of the big itch bundles. I can actually check. Come on. Yeah, this was in the itch bundle for racial justice and equality. Yeah, so probably everyone has this game then. Yeah, maybe. This is not my first time playing one of Titouan, I assume pronounced Millet or Millet. Probably Millet. Not my first one of one of their games. They had a first person exploration one that was very colorful that I liked. Can't quite remember the name at this exact second. But I played that in like early college. That would have been years ago. That would have been around like 2016, 2017. Probably before that even. It's called syrup and it doesn't look like syrup, but I do want to eat it. This just looks very pleasing. I'm not missing out on any of these yet, am I? Doesn't seem like it. Looks like snow cone syrup, yeah. Yeah, it does it does look like that. They're French in the Netherlands, the developer. So they were supposed to come pick up the desk that was sent to me yesterday. It was broken. It had arrived broken. And they want to come pick up the whole ass desk instead of just sending me the one part that needs replaced. They have sent me a whole new one. And that's supposed to arrive tomorrow. But they want to come pick up. They were supposed to do it yesterday, right? And so, like, I waited around all day yesterday for them to show up. And then the whole day passes. And I text my mom, since she's the one who sent it and, like, you know, took care of all that stuff. I was like, hey, they didn't come, like, pick up the table. So she checks her email. And there's an email in there from them being like, hey, the bed wasn't in, like, packed up and in the hallway when we came by, so we left. And it's like, I was home. I was in my apartment. You didn't knock. You could have knocked. They didn't tell my mom that the bed had to be in the hallway. Like, excuse you. I don't even know why they want it back so bad anyway. Like, I guess they're gonna, like, reuse the parts. I guess. But it seems so roundabout. Why would you expend the manpower to have someone come pick up broken stuff plus sending me new stuff? It's kind of just, like, more inconvenient for everyone. I am looking forward to having a new desk tomorrow, assuming it's not also broken. Because if I have to, like, wait around with 2 boxes of broken tables, I'm gonna be pissed. This box is huge. They can't come grab it until the 27th. I only have room under my bed for 1 broken table. Yeah, at that point it's just like, at that point you've got a problem with the UPS or USPS, whichever. I think it's UPS is the delivery. Okay, I'm not finding anything with this color palette. Let's go to, what haven't I done a whole lot of? Blackberry? I feel like I did get blackberry. Vinegar? Oh. Immediately rewarded. Now where is that? It's around here somewhere. Streaming has definitely proven to be kind of a good excuse to get to all these like itch games that I've had and have been always like, yeah, I'll probably play that someday. Come on, where is it? I missed it. Too many games in the world positive? Yeah, it really is like that. Too many games in the world positive when I'm looking at my backlog. Too many games in the world negative when I am watching the Jeffies. I also have a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet, a backlogged, and a glitch wave, and for the most part, they all just share the same information. The benefit to having your own spreadsheet, though, is you don't have to rely on their databases. You can add any kind of edge cases that you want. It's like, oh, glitch wave doesn't allow standalone mods, and it doesn't allow games distributed via ROM only, and it doesn't allow like uncompiled games, and it doesn't allow games that are too horny. And then IGDB allows most of those, but their mods are like inconsistent, and it's a big pain in the ass. And sometimes they get to your thing within a day, and then sometimes they get to your thing within 5 months. I've got like I'm still waiting on a game that I streamed like at the beginning of my streaming. That is like not added yet. And it's like, come on. Like every once in a while I might have to go into the Discord and ping them to be like, how long should I wait until I ping you guys? Like, how long is like your fault? Because I get that they're all volunteers. I do the same for Glitch Wave. The difference is on Glitch Wave, when you add a game, even before a moderator has seen it, you can still add it to your collection and rate it and do all the things you want to do with it. It's just that a moderator has to give it the thumbs up to make sure it can stay on the site. I play Homebrew and Pico 8 and Tick 80 and tiny things like that, so I avoid those services. I'm not as familiar with Tick 80. I will say Glitch Wave does allow Pico 8 games. I'm not familiar with Tick 80. Homebrew is kind of like a toss-up. Glitch Wave allows Homebrew if it is on a physical format. So like I was able to add Dedius for the Game Boy. Glitch Wave sounds cool, but I do not need another thing to keep track of. I'm only on Glitch Wave because if you have a Rate Your Music, you have a Glitch Wave. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. If backlog goes down, then I have a Glitch Wave as a backup, and then like my own spreadsheet is like the proper one. Where did that thing go? Like I got rewarded with like a little ping like right away. And I haven't seen it since. Like, where is it? Oh, I thought that was it for a second. Tick 80 is a fantasy console like Pico 8, different constraints. Okay. I've seen people... Oh! Where is that? I can't see it. Stop this thing. I've seen people do some very cool stuff in Pico 8. I need to play more of them. Super Meat Boy demake. played a Star Fox demake on Peak 08, and while I didn't think it was very fun, because it was, you know, it's Star Fox on Peak 08, I was impressed, regardless, with what they were able to do. Although we couldn't see anything in the tunnel, Fawcett seemed very enthusiastic about what was awaiting us. There's always kind of this weird feeling I get about, like, real historical figures getting turned into, like, people in fiction who got grabbed by the ghoulies or something. And I'm not 100% sure if that's what's happening here, or if it's gonna try to give us, you know, like an accurate historical interpretation, but also if this was a guy who is trying to, like, survey, like, if this was just some, like, European out in a jungle he shouldn't have been in trying to survey it, then, you know, maybe I don't gotta feel too bad about it, but I do wonder what his family would think about this game. Alexander Hamilton. I have to assume that with something as big as Hamilton, that his family probably signed off on Hamilton. Not that I give a fuck about Hamilton or Alexander Hamilton. Curacao. We have a Curacao. Very blue. He signed off on the Miku binder. It's a reference that very few will get. More likely if you talk to me enough or are a furry. But it kind of does have the vibe sometimes of the fact that Amelia Earhart is a referenced character frequently in Blackgate, the visual novel. And it's just like, I have to wonder what Amelia Earhart's family would think about a piece of fiction that says that she got oopsed through a portal into a world of horny monsters and furries and fell in love with a cat man and then died tragically while she was there. Like, I guess people speculate much worse about her. So, like, you know, maybe you see that and you're like, okay, whatever. Eaten by, yeah. Ruler. I forget what the general consensus on Amelia Earhart is now. Aren't people generally convinced that she got, like, captured? Or is that kind of just like a hearsay thing? I'm not up to date on my Amelia Earhart lore. Haven't heard her name since high school 20 years ago. That's fair. What do we got? I mean, I also have to imagine, like, I don't know, if I found out that Amelia Earhart was like my great-grandma or great-great-grandma or whatever, I probably just wouldn't care. Banana. Captured by whom? Japan, I think, right? I'm obsessed with the idea of being the first man to map this world, and I can't fall asleep. But I also don't know, like, how long ago Amelia Earhart was. Like, obviously I know that was kind of like, you know, olden times. Early aviation. Not, like, super early aviation. Suddenly I forgot what I was supposed to do. Oh yeah, zoom out. hang around. I wish I got like some kind of hint as to the direction I should head once I have swapped color palettes. Oh. Japanese capture theory assumes Japanese forces captured Earhart and Noonan after they navigated to the Japanese South Seas Mandate. New Britain theory assumes Earhart turned back mid-flight and tried to reach the airfield at Rabaul, New Britain, northeast of mainland Papua New Guinea, approximately 2,200 miles from Howland Island. Yeah, so I knew vaguely about the Japanese capture theory. President Donald Trump announced he had ordered all government records concerning Earhart declassified and released. That's why she's relevant again. I didn't know she was relevant. Did anything come of those files? Or was it just like a nothing, a nothing burger? 100 years have passed since yesterday. I know these lands by heart, but they keep surprising me. Just looking at Wikipedia, that's all that was said about it. So nothing. You don't want to know. She was on the island. You know, I know that you're talking about that one island, but the first thing I thought of was the island from Lost. Because in that show, they just call it the island. And that has like time travel type shit, and planes crash there all the time because of its electromagnetic properties and time traveling shit. So I was just like, yeah, I could accept that within the lore of Lost, Amelia Earhart ended up on the island, and she was one of the first others. Like, that would just, you know, you would hear that in Lost, and it'd be like, yeah, yeah, that's the most believable thing they've shown me in 3 seasons. Never watched the show. Why did people complain about it? It's complicated. So over time, it really started pushing into kind of like sort of speculative fiction type stuff, like supernatural sci-fi elements and whatnot. They like really pushed hard into that in the last seasons. And like it did leave a lot of stuff just not just unresolved, but like wondering why it was introduced in the first place. It's very vague, and that's because the writers were writing it like as they went. Basically, they would tell people they had a plan, but they did not have a plan. The big one that people tend, and that's why I'm not like a huge fan of like later Lost, but the thing that most people know about it for, as far as like people complaining, is completely a miscommunication and people's inability to like to interpret fiction. And it like maybe a little bit of the fault of that falls on the Lost crew, not crew, but like the Lost like writers, but it's mostly the fault of the audience. People were under the impression, okay, so there's a scene at the very end, spoilers for Lost, I guess. It's like old now. But the scene at the very end has the entire original group of people who were on the plane that crashed hanging out in a church in what is presumably the afterlife. Like they all like get to meet each other as they were on the plane in the afterlife, because it is the defining moment of their life, like once they're all dead. But like, because they're all just the age they were, and kind of in the visual language of how they were when they got on the plane, people interpreted that as none of it actually happened and it was all an afterlife dream. And that's not correct. Like, it's just wrong. Like, I know there's interpreting, you know, things are open to some level of interpretation, but like, it's just not correct. Like, the idea that they were dead all along is just explicitly not true. It was not the intent. It is not a good reading. It's just that in that final little moment, they all got to have their, like, yeah. But it's meant to provide, like, the characters all kind of with this, like, one final sense of, like, closure, which I bet the writers felt was important, because they sure weren't giving it to the audience. I don't think the avocado color palette has anything for us. But I mean, there's like a million other reasons to get mad at Lost, just depending on like which characters you care about and which like ships you care about. The shipping community in Lost was absolutely fucking wild, and it comprised of fully offline adults. Like people who would not normally, people who did not know what shipping was called. But like, for its time, Lost was kind of crazy. Because high prestige, extreme budget television of that caliber was not happening at the time. Like, you had prestige television, and then you had Lost coming in swinging. Like, the budget that was spent on the pilot was so insane that the guy who greenlit it got fired. Like, they fired the guy who greenlit the pilot for Lost because it cost too much. And you watch the pilot and you understand why. Because it's huge. It's awesome. Lost's pilot is one of the best episodes of television to ever exist. I say, having not watched television in like 20 years. Never watched Lost, but the way people talked about it makes it sound so unappealing. It has its moments. Both good and bad, I should say. I really like the first few seasons of Lost, and I think if you make it through the first few seasons, it's like you may as well get through the rest. But like, it has great characters, and it, you know, they're put in an interesting situation. I'm especially fond of the seasons where they have to press the button. I don't know if you know what that means, but there's a there's a season where they have to like type numbers into a computer every like other hour or something, and then press enter, and that's the button. Like, they're told by someone who was already on the island, like, okay, you guys have to do this every other hour on the hour, or else everyone here will fucking die. And then it kind of helps split the factions up a bit into people who think that the button is necessary, or at the very least it's worth pressing the button because what if, and people who are like, that's fucking bullshit. No one's gonna die if you don't put these numbers in a computer. every episode they drop some mystery, so you have to watch the next one. It sounds like it's basically trying to make you addicted to it. I mean, you have to make sure, you know, that was when TV show episodes came out like once a week, maybe once every other week. And so you have to make sure they come back the next week. So there's definitely cliffhangers. I wouldn't say that every episode is a new mystery, because they do solve mysteries in it. Like, they tell you things. And, like, the characters are extremely well developed for the most part. Not all of them, but, like, most of them are. Okay, I'm convinced. I'm fully convinced that avocado is bullshit. Avocados doesn't have anything for us. Let's go to spinach. And if I start having difficulties finding stuff, I think we just, like, call it. I always heard you have to watch the next one because it always had to have some mysterious bullshit you want answered. I mean, you know, that shows. You watch it and new mysteries are revealed. But answers also, sometimes, if you're lucky. It's a little Rubik's Cube to turn around in your head, except you don't know that some of the stickers have been swapped. Only sometimes. Yep. Woo. Oh no, that was the music. I didn't think there was any appeal beyond that because nobody talked about anything else from what I could tell. The characters are fantastic. Like, mostly I'm saying that over and over again because they continued to be fantastic even as the plot lost me. Oh. But like the initial setup for it is nuts. And I'm a huge fan of it. Like, a bunch of strangers trapped on an island, many of whom have absolutely wild backstories and strange reasons for being on that plane. God, it's kind of hard to see this thing. All kind of forced onto this island together where they have to survive, even though oftentimes they're very much at odds with each other. Like, one of them is a con man, and the other is a woman who is running from the law because she killed her mom's abusive boyfriend. And so she was on the plane in cuffs, and when it crashes, they find the cuffs. And so eventually they figure out someone on this plane was a criminal. And they all suspect it's the con man, and some of them suspect it's the Muslim dude because he's Muslim. And no, it turns out it's the lady that everyone likes because she killed her mom's abusive piece of shit like boyfriend. You're almost making me interested in it, but I don't want to commit. It is a long show. Like, that's another thing too, is it is a long show. Damn, white woman win. Yeah. But, what's one of the others? Like, there's a Korean couple, on the plane, and, like, they are on the brink of divorce, and she, like, the woman has learned English, and she keeps that hidden because she doesn't want her husband to know. And so you get to know, like, almost the whole time that she actually knows English and she can tell what everyone is saying. There's just, like, a bunch of stuff like that is very juicy. The trip took longer than expected as the exit seemed to move away further and further from where we were walking. Oh, I've read that. What's this? What? Oh, there is also a thing. Ad start here in a sec. Oops. Candy. I've organized our progress in large circular paths so I can take note of changes in topography over time. Manhattan. I'm starting to mark down landmarks like Father taught me. During our breaks, I study the mineral debris cluttered along our way. So there's our confirmation. While ads on, I'll scour around a little bit. I'll let this kind of like auto scour at half speed while I just figure this little thing out. There we go. Onward. Ooh. Got some buildings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god. I'm like less than halfway through those. I sure hope this does have a save. So I'm really hoping there's a save. I'm really hoping that this saves my progress. Because I'm seeing this thing on the upper right, this thing, it's basically saying I'm less than halfway done. And I wouldn't mind returning to it, honestly. But yeah, so are the numbers in Lost real that they have to punch in? Yes. Yeah, it's super important, it turns out. Didn't realize you could complete this game. Thought it was just exploration. This does seem to be keeping track of like the hints that I get from this thing, like up here. These like JF ones, the one I get from the sun gives me solid progress, it seems. But yeah, the numbers are very real and important, and not only that. Okay, so another really good kind of like example of intrigue. There's a character named Hurley, who's usually kind of the comedic relief in the show. He's a big guy. He's on the cover of a Weezer album. But he won the lottery. He's a lottery winner. And he played these numbers that someone in an institution he used to be in would always say. And he played these numbers that his friend always said. And he won. And ever since, he's had extremely bad luck. So he blames himself for... Or I should say, it causes other people to have extremely bad luck when they're around him. So he blames himself for the plane crash. And the numbers that he played to win the lottery are the numbers that you have to put into the computer. And he freaks the fuck out about it. Like, it's really fucking good. Yeah, they're the evil numbers. Another really good piece of intrigue is over time you start to realize, is the show fat phobic about him? Some of the characters definitely are, but when they are, it's not for laughs. He had evil numbers because he was fat. It definitely, like, it comes up for sure, like, that he's overweight. but I think it's almost never as a joke, I want to say. Because there's a pretty good episode, I remember it being good, about kind of like, because he does have sort of like disordered eating a little bit, and you know that becomes very hard for him to regulate when he's on the island. But then, like, you know, they find this fucking bunker that has a bunch of food, and he's put kind of like in charge of it, and he cannot fucking handle the, like, it's not played for laughs at all, but like he cannot handle like the responsibility of it, and ultimately he makes a decision to, like, because, you know, other people are trying to like bribe him for the food, and it's just like not a good situation, and so he ultimately makes the decision, and the character who's kind of the de facto leader signs off on it, because it's like, okay, well, if you say that you think this is the best idea for the island and for the people, and it'll stop everyone from freaking out over rationing and fighting over it, then let's go for it. They decide to use all the food at once, basically. They basically just throw one big party with the food they had, and then they'll continue going on in subsistence after. And it's actually a really good moment. Like, it's framed really, really well. I made an amazing discovery with this. I'll be able to create the tools to guide me in this world and find Father. Okay, so they became, like, separated. Did I unlock something over here? What was... Oh, it's this. It's this up here. I'm gonna find this one last thing, and then we'll be almost halfway. I do really want to play Bits and Bobs. Bops. I keep calling it Bits and Bobs because that's the actual phrase. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Let's skedaddle. Found it. Boom. Yeah, so I'm just one away from being halfway there. So maybe I'll be able to do another stream that's a little bit more dedicated to this. Probably this and then another short game. I don't know how long Bits and Bops is. I think it's supposed to be, you know, there's like 20 mini games in it, so probably about the length of like a proper Rhythm Heaven or something. I don't see a menu. I'm gonna close this. And I'm gonna reopen it. And if it doesn't save my progress, we will not see this again. I like it, but, you know. Moment of truth. Okay, it saves progress. So I'll play Cartographer again. Not Tuesday, because Tuesday I think I want to dedicate entirely to Earthbound. I think I'm gonna have, from now on, I'm gonna have the big game, whatever the big game is. And right now that's Earthbound, and that'll have, for the most part, its own dedicated streams. And then in between that, we have like these smaller games, and maybe I have to like dedicate more than one stream to that too, but yeah, so I'm gonna go get a drink, I'm gonna stretch, I'm gonna take a little sippy of water, and I'll be back with Bits and Bobs. Don't really watch streams at all, but this was nice. Definitely came for the game. Well, thank you for showing up. I'm playing weird games often. Feel free to hop in anytime you like. But until then, I am gonna be off for a bit. Oh, of course. I'm just happy that you showed up. Have a good lunch. Have some good work. But yeah, I'll be right back.